I have returned.
And that was Helluva Boss.
That was great. I
That was
first
awesome.
watched it, and I'm gonna be watching it.
I'll admit this like straight up. I'm technically not the biggest Helluva Boss fan. I'm not a huge fan of Helluva Boss solely because it was the second pilot released and it's the first show out.
Yeah. Okay, we're still.
So from a timeline perspective, personally, it feels a little disconjointed.
Yeah.
It's like
We're
all the
still waiting
episodes,
for Has-Been.
and it's kind of like this. The plot line, this story is kind of all over the place. And I'm like, what? Would that make more sense?
Yeah, it's not like focused on one.
It's not very
It's
cohesive.
It's scattered.
The-
Yeah.
It's not that kind of series, guys.
Well, I'm
It's
just-
kind of
I
like,
know, but like
It's like Ed,
it
Ed,
feels
Eddie.
like-
It's
it
just
feels like it wants-
disjointed stories.
it feels like it wants to be episodic and, you know, long story driven at the same time. But as somebody who was the biggest Steven Universe fan, that won't work. Like, on God.
Yeah,
It's
they're
not
not
unless you have a
trying to be
really-
episodic, though.
Not unless
They
you have a
have-
really good writing team
They have a
who knows what they're doing.
overarching, and they have a lore that they've set up. Like Blitz and Stolas are a thing. Stolas' wife hates him. Stolas' daughter has a complicated thing going on.
Yeah, but
But it's
Yeah.
still just a bunch of disjointed, like,
Hell-
what's the word?
Helluva Boss.
Storytelling.
Anthology. It's just an anthology.
Helluva Boss is
I'm-
kind of like Love, Death, Robots. I like series on Netflix.
I fucking
kinda
hate
like-
Love,
Not even
Death,
that.
Robots.
Because Love, Death, and Robots are different themes and different ideas on every
Yeah.
episode. Helluva Boss has a central theme and a central plot, but none of the episodes follow any set storyline. Again, it's like Ed, Ed, and Eddie or SpongeBob SquarePants. Or
Yeah.
literally
Yeah,
any
but
TV
Ed,
show released
yeah, but
by
Ed, Ed,
Cartoon
and Eddie and
Network or
Sponge.
Nickelodeon Studios.
Well, not
Ed, Ed-
every cartoon released by Cartoon Network. Steven Universe was supposed to be episodic and have a long story, and Rebecca Sugar fucked that up like royally.
Yeah.
I admit the ending. I was not happy
Like-
with the ending.
She fucking made Space Nazi sympathizable. Like, what the fuck?
What? Space.
Yeah, the fucking Diamond Authority. Remember?
Oh yeah.
They're
oh,
literally
yeah, they're
space Nazis.
And now they're all.
Listen, I don't give a shit
love
about
them.
like the comments can flame me however they want, but I fucking as a fan of Steven Universe, I really wanted that show to be better than it could have been, but it showed an abuse victim sharing that abuse to another person who's genuinely trying to be a class act. Character
And-
growth that either gets ignored or skimmed over so poorly that it's not even funny, or like a bunch of other fucking really fucked up shit that I'm so uncomfortable by that I don't even want to mention.
Like at first, like when Steven Universe.
However,
first-
comma, this show, however, comma, Helluva, we're not talking about that like completely right now. I really like Helluva Boss, like on a storytelling perspective and a character perspective. But like my only major gripe is that it's the second pilot out and the first show released.
Well, and I
Meanwhile,
was
we've been
actually
waiting,
having a
like, 3
conversation
years for
about that with
Has-Been.
someone yesterday. The reason Helluva Boss is being released so steadily and so soon is because you have to remember Has-Been Hotel is caught up a production company's hands now. Like, it's a studio issue. Helluva Boss was never given to a studio or sold off to a company, so Liz can release that whenever she wants. The moment
so-
A24 bought Has-Been Hotel, she lost the right to release anything new outside of their schedule.
Wait. So who?
My question-
Who
my-
owns
my
Has-Been then?
The
Currently,
A24 owns Has-Been Hotel.
A24 Productions currently owns the copyright to Has-Been Hotel in
Why
a
would-
television production perspective. In order to
Why
release
would-
more Has-Been content, she needs to talk with them, and they need to go through proper scheduling and releasing date. The reason why she
That
sold it
also
off
means
to
that she can't release it on any platform that A24 doesn't support, and they do not support YouTube.
Yeah,
means
that's
we will
it.
never
Yeah,
see
they-
any new official has-been content on YouTube.
Yeah, that's why.
So
I'm
why
You won't
did-
see any new has-been content on YouTube outside of the odd
That's,
speed art, maybe.
that's
But
why
even then, that'll
Yeah.
have to go through a bunch of different legal processes.
That's the one reason why.
Because since A24
For
owns
once they
the
cover
production
it.
copyright,
Yeah.
Okay, why
then
did
it's
Viv-
gonna just
why
get
did
caught
Viv
up in legal
sell
limbo.
Hasbro? Why did Viv sell?
Because she
Hasbro?
needed the money. She needed the money to produce the show.
It's
And she needed
it's
somebody
not
to
like
help
that.
her
She didn't.
on a production
She
level.
didn't. Okay. It's not like that at all. It's not like she sold it now, no longer owns anything to it. It was picked up by a studio. When you have an animated series or a series in general that gets picked up by a major publisher or something like that, yes, you can still create new content for it. Yes, you can still continue to create for it in general. But you can only release that new content to the general public through that distributor. She was an animator that wanted to sell an animated series, and she did. What the fans do not realize is that the moment she did that, they lost the right to be able to see new content. A24 is the only place and the only company Viv can go through to release Has-Been. I was having
It's
issue
not-
with people saying, well, why aren't we seeing more Has-Been? Like, you all know why you're not seeing more Has-Been. It's because
Yeah,
it's in the
yeah.
studio's hands now.
I know why we don't see more has-been. It's just like I don't understand what's taking the fucking studio so damn
The
long.
pandemic.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Like
But
every
even before that, when
independent
they-
animation. Well, it was set to come out in like a year and a half, 2 years before the pandemic hit, and then it hit, and every independent animation studio closed their doors because she sold it to a production company before the pandemic. It is now stuck in production hell.
I love the irony of that.
Yeah,
I'm
right?
sorry, but I love the irony of it being in hell.
Yeah,
Like,
the
it's
show
just-
about a hotel in hell is in production hell.
Yeah, and it's pretty poggers.
Yeah. I think that's the one reason why I'm mostly upset is because I bet anything that production companies only gonna be in America, and now I'm upset because I got really like hyped up about hell, and now I'm like,
Yeah,
I can't ever watch that.
yeah. Becky's still on the thing of, oh, it's probably gonna be on an American exclusive show, which
Yeah.
I can kind of bet my bottom dollar that, well, that Viv, since she still may have creative control, it's just like that's probably not gonna fucking happen. Because like not only that, but that would be a bad business.
That's another
know-
thing that is up to the
I know-
company. It depends on who they want to sell their distribution rights to. Basically, if
I
a
don't know a
UK
lot of
production
things,
company
but
or
I know
UK
business.
Netflix, yeah, if a company or a network has the money, they're gonna be playing Has-Been. Like if the American Netflix distributors have the money, Has-Been's gonna be on American Netflix. If UK distributors of Netflix have the money, it's going to be on UK Netflix. That's how it works. It's not like the creators or the studios individually sit down and say, we're just going to be dicks and not play for half of the world. It's who can afford to play our show and who not risk the ad fare on.
Alright, I'm back.
Yeah, it's all just a game of what can we do.
It's pretty much
Yeah.
like Hulu. Like the only way I can watch something on American Hulu is if I do like a VPN thing. That's physically the only way
Yeah.
I can watch anything on Hulu. I bet it's gonna be like something like that.
You know, I kind of
Because-
really like I have a conspiracy theory that VPNs are working with fucking big companies. So that's my fucking like tinfoil hat conspiracy theory.
Well,
Oh my god.
I'm about to blow your mind here.
Why don't you just blow me, bro?
Because the way cloud storage VPN systems work is through big company server space. Basically you have all these huge corporations like Time Warner, Google, Apple, all that, who have these giant internet servers just in case they need them for their businesses, and all this unused space and fucking bandwidth, and they just sell it off to other people to use. So your cloud storage, quote unquote, is actually on a server somewhere in Microsoft or Google or Apple or whatever cloud system.
Microsoft does not know what they're doing. Change my mind.
Your VPN is the exact same way. All you're doing is bouncing your IP address to another business's location that has paid to rent out that IP address.
So my conspiracy theory is right.
Yes.
Yes and no. You are bouncing it through big businesses, but they have no idea who you are and they could not fucking care less. You are literally pennies on the dollar to them.
Okay, well, I'm not talking about my relationship to them. I'm just saying my fucking conspiracy theory is right. I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
Like, bro, I don't give a damn. Exactly.
Well, that's why, and I do want to preface this by saying I do not support 99% of the shit that he did while he was in office. But I will defend to the death the fact
Papa
that that's
Don.
why a lot of politicians hated Donald Trump, because he was a businessman who ran some of these corporations in charge of the people who were afraid of being run by the corporations. He knew exactly what they had been doing, and he knew exactly how to undermine all of it.
He played him like a damn fiddle, is what you're saying.
Yeah, he was a dick and a bigot going about doing it, but the man knew what he was doing.
Actually, he played him like a kazoo. Fiddles require more skill.
Ow.
Anyways, back to the actual review of the fucking thing we're supposed to be reviewing.
Yeah.
Oh my
Yeah, we kind of went off on a whole tangent with the business of animation.
Yeah. As a whole,
Which is a good tangent to go on.
the
Just in
episode
case if
itself,
any...
I really like, especially like that new character. He's actually like, wow, yeah. But as like a story. Look, shut up. I find Alistair hot. Shut up.
Wow, he's hot. Yeah, of course you
find
would, you fucking
Stryker
thirsty bitch.
Extremely attractive. I don't know why, but that dude.
All y'all thirsty
So,
as
do
hell.
we think he's gonna be a regular, or do we think he was just a throwaway?
I think he's gonna be.
I think he'll become sort of a regular occurrence. He's going to be the first sort of tertiary character to
Villain?
sort of be a reoccurring character.
Who, Stryker or
Like the
Al-
plankton,
Yes.
the plankton to Blitz's Mr. Krabs.
Yeah.
Stryker?
Yeah, because let's be honest, because now Viv has set up something that literally can't be thrown away. The assassination plot against what's his name, Birdface,
Stolas.
Solus. As you can tell, I'm still not the biggest has-been or Helluva Boss fan. I really like the show and its animation, but I'm not up there. I'm not constantly keeping up with the show. But since Viv has set up Stolas, the relationship between Stolas and Stryker, because Stryker's supposed to kill his ass because his wife's kind of a prude. You know, they can't literally throw that away, because if they do, they're gonna see a whole lot of hell, and then their view numbers are gonna fucking tank.
May I add about the hell literally? Quite literally.
Yeah, we get it.
Can you really call her a prude if the entire reason she's mad is because her husband fucked an imp in their bed?
Yes.
Multiple times, many
I mean,
times.
Yes.
Speaking
I can't.
as
heart
someone
wants
whose
what the
own
heart
father
wants.
cheated on his mother, I can say that kind of fucks up a family. Stolas
Yeah,
isn't
but it's hell. Who
innocent.
cares? Yeah, but it's hell. Who cares?
Obviously, his wife
I mean-
and his daughter care. The past 2 episodes have been entirely about how him cheating has ruined their life.
Well, there we go. We also have now a reoccurring plot line, so they literally can't throw this away.
Which means eventually we have to see a redemption arc. Otherwise, it's just gonna blow balls.
Oh my god! If I see another fucking redemption arc of a shitty character, I'm gonna lose my fucking mind.
What, you don't
Oh
want to
God,
see
because
Stolas fall back in love with his wife?
I've had it with Kylo Ren's redemption arc. I've had it with the Diamond redemption arc. I've had it with literally any like sort of super duper evil person or like shitty person getting a redemption arc.
Oh boy, wait till Jujutsu Kaisen gets to Sukuna's redemption arc.
If Stryker
I don't
gets
keep
a
up with
redemption
I don't
arc,
keep up with
I'm
anime
pretty-
anymore. I don't keep up with anime anymore. It's just too fucking complicated.
If Stryker gets a redemption arc, I'm literally gonna kill someone. Like, I don't care who it is.
Dude, I don't give a shit about Strike. Like, if Stryker dies, then it's fucking Pog. If he
yes,
lives,
he
it's
is.
fucking Pog. But I literally could care less
I think it's
about
I
Stryker.
love-
I think it's mainly because, like, in Hell, think all different demons are classes, and imps are like the lowest. So like,
Yeah.
pretty much a prince sleeping with an imp, that's like pretty much like sleeping with the lowest of the low, and his wife
It's like,
being like
to-
another class.
to-
to him,
for
she sees that.
are you
as-
guys okay with me making a fucked up comparison between real life and this?
Go ahead.
It depends on.
Disclaimer for anybody who's like sort of a little bit sensitive about real world
Trigger
history,
warning.
but like I think like the relationship between imps and like higher class demons like Stolas is sort of kind of like how back in the 1800s it was seen
Oh, yeah.
for a
Okay,
white
you don't
person
have
to
to
be,
finish that
you know.
You don't need to finish that sentence because I know.
Yeah, I'm not gonna finish that sentence, but
Well-
everybody can probably connect the pieces from there.
Yeah, yeah.
That is the last
I mean,
thing.
just
That's
say
the
there's a
last-
clear segregation between warlords and imps.
I mean, yeah.
Bitch, there's a segregation between the overlords and the people in hell. Period. What do you?
There's
Yeah.
just segregation.
Well, that's our review on Helluva Boss episode 5, the Harvest Moon Festival.
Along with a bunch of weird ass tangent shit.
Plus that, and also us like talking
Hey,
about.
it's educational.
It is educational.
For our next review, if I can do some research and figure out how would everyone like to do the new Mortal Kombat film?
No.
No.
I
We
have
should
not
pay-
heard good things about I have not heard good things about it, and I never wanted to see it.
Oh, are we doing,
Okay,
like,
It was a
I-
movie I
movie
never
review?
wanted. As a
As
as a
a
Mortal Kombat fan, I did
as
not
a
want to.
fan of not only the games but the cheesy ass 80s and 90s movies, I can tell you, having watched it, it is actually fucking amazing.
Like, I'm more excited. Like, on God, I'm actually like, this isn't a meme or like any sort of like supposedly offensive thing, but I'm more excited for Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings more than I was for fucking Mortal Kombat. And that's only because I love Shang-Chi.
Listen, I have
As a
I
character.
have a movie
I
recommendation.
love Scorpion and Sub-Zero and Jax. Jax is my boy, but I was not excited for this fucking movie.
I have a movie suggestion. It's called Nobody. It's from.
Oh
the-
yeah,
John. Okay.
I fucking know.
Me,
Yeah, this is the dude who was in charge of like John Wick and shit.
yeah, me and a few of my friends.
Give me
we
back
all
the
watched-
goddamn kitty cat bracelet.
Yes. We need to watch that. Give me back the goddamn.
It is such a violent movie, but goddamn is it funny.
Bro,
Because it literally looks like your neighbor, but he lives in like white fucking suburbia. He looks like your neighbor from down the street, and yet he has CQC training on the level of Spetsnaz agents.
Alrighty, how about we
exactly.
do like a
That'd be fun.
sort of like
you better
a
say
neutral.
Bet you gotta say something about Hello Kitty. Don't talk to me.
Shut your ass up.
I'm not gonna talk about Hello Kitty. I was gonna
That'd
say,
be
how
funny,
about we
though.
do like a coalition? If we do your movie, like the Nobody, we will also do as is Mortal Kombat as well.
All right. Depends on when because
Like I'm okay with watching Mortal Kombat. Like
It'll be
I'll watch it.
days.
I'll watch it if I'm watching it with other people.
Considering the fact that we
Again, as a longtime fan of the games and the old cheesy ass B movies, the new one is amazing. The only complaint I have is they have a throwaway character as the main guy because they didn't want to waste Scorpion's screen time.
Like,
I only know Mortal
just-
Kombat from some games and such, so
unpopular opinion, I was more excited for Sonic the Hedgehog than I was. Like, I'm more excited for Sonic 2 than I was for Wonder Woman 84. That's only
Sonic was
because
good.
after I saw 84, I was fucking trying to stay awake the whole movie.
World War 84, homie. Let's go.
That was like the most boring fucking movie I've ever seen in my life.
It's
mm,
Wonder
Well,
Woman. What
the
do you
DC
say?
Universe's mistake as a whole was releasing anything before the Snyder Cut of Justice League. Because now every
problem
other
is
DC
Warner
movie
Brothers.
looks like garbage.
The problem is Warner Bros.
That
And
too.
the fact that Wonder Woman 84 just wasn't great.
They
It
could have
wasn't
done
that-
way better.
It wasn't that great of a
they
movie.
could have done way better. Yeah,
I
They
mean,
didn't
I'll
need to bring what's
I'll
his
say
face
this.
back.
I'll say this. Right now, the original Wonder Woman film is great 2/3 of the way through, and I only say that because they had to do the usual Warner Brothers thing and put a fucking CGI monstrosity at the end of the movie. Instead of doing this morally complex sort of rail with humanity as a whole, with Steve Trevor challenging Diana's ideals of all men can be good, with only some people can be good. But no, they had to throw fucking Ares in there.
Well, you gotta remember, at her core, Wonder Woman was with the Greek mythology side of DC.
Yeah, I know, but that still doesn't give them an excuse to do a cop-out on a morally gray sub. They have no excuse. As soon as you even have an inkling of something complex, you have to talk about it. That's why I fucking
Oh, you're
love
talking
Falcon
about
and the Winter
using
Soldier.
Ares as a cop-out.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's what I was talking about. As were you not paying attention?
I thought you meant Ares being in the movie in general, and I'm like, well, no, Ares could have been good. Just, don't use him as an excuse for why people are shitty.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Don't use him as an excuse to why Diana's ideals can't be why these ideals can't be challenged to an extent. Because these are really complex ideals and themes, and when handled correctly, they can be really, really good, which is why I always recommend to people who want to sort of know like really complex stuff. I really recommend the TV series Combat from the 1960s because it is a really good show. It stars around 5 U.S. Marines after D-Day going through war-torn France and Europe, and it shows that not all Allied soldiers were great people, and not all Axis soldiers were just 2D cartoons. It shows depth, it shows complexity, and it's really, really well written. I love it.
I think it's mostly because, here's the thing, the one thing that would make a great story is serious, good research.
Research.
A heck of a lot of research.
Research, book, BOOK, research.
Do find real life things. Whatever the subject is, research it in books.
That's why I like shows like Final Space and The Expanse.
Honestly, that's why I really, really loved Falcon and the Winter Soldier. Almost all the way through. The last episode was kind of... I feel like the series should have
no
gone on a little
spoilers. I've only
longer.
seen up till episode 2.
No. I'm not going to give any spoilers. I'm just saying the series should have been longer, but otherwise, I fucking love it.
No spoilers.
It is it brings up a lot of morally complex ideas. It's complex, it's mature, it doesn't talk down to its audience. It's got the usual Marvel flair of like really good-looking cinematography and really eye-catching action, but when it gets boots on the ground, it stays on the ground, and it's really, really beautiful. Like, I almost cried 3 times during the series.
That's because
You
And
brought
when
up
I
Marvel
say-
flair.
And when I say I almost cried 3 times during the series, that's not like anything to be just skimmed over, because I don't cry at almost any fucking piece of media.
Neither do I.
Period. So when I say that show almost made me cry 3 times in its run, that's very high praise from me.
Yeah.
Okay. If we do watch movies, we're going to have to do it at a certain time, or I'm going to go ahead and do it, because I go to my dad.
Yeah, if we're gonna watch a film, if we're gonna watch a feature-length film, we have to try and do it at a different time.
I want to be there. Like, I really do want to. Like, it's not like I don't feel like it.
Okay.
That's the thing with this cast, like you get cut off a lot. Am I wrong?
And it's always by the hostess.
Before
Like
you
me,
get
I've
mad,
been cut off like
am I
about
wrong?
5 times in this.
Put on
I love you,
6
bitch. I'm messing with you.
I love you too, Tony. And you, Az.
Stop saying it back. I swear to God, you're gonna melt my heart, and I'm gonna fucking die.
Need Chun over here.
Becky just wants to kill me with adorableness. That's her goal.
And I'm just being
Be
nuts.
killed.
What's wrong
Like
with
she wants to melt my heart to the point of where I just turn into a liquid.
I want
Like I just turn into a meat puddle.
of organ.
That's what meat is. That's made of meat. You fucking
I know.
yes, a meat puddle of organs. Ook, ook, ook.
I know.
I think we'll end it from
You
here.
fucking ook.
I said that on
But
purpose.
yeah, Az left. Oh, I was hoping that he would
Oh,
be
Az
able
left.
to do the
Rip.
ending. So,
Fuck you.
thanks so much for watching, and as always, as Az will say, we are watching you sin.